Hey, welcome back to another episode of Johnscryptotherapy. Today we're going to look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to give us a little slight hand on Omi, what price is doing. If we're on resistance, if we're in support, we're going to translate the ideas from Bitcoin to Omi. So it's going to be a fun lesson. If you guys do like these type of lessons, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. So when we look at channels, when you look at this structure right here, there's a lot of people that would draw out a channel. This would be a small channel, yes, but it's not the right channel. And remember, we want to have 3 touches because without 3 touches, the value of that trend line or that zone is not as strong. So we want to have 3 touches. When we look at it here, guys, we only have like 2 touches on top, 1 on the bottom. The best way to make this into a better idea for a channel is very simple, guys. We're going to take this bad boy right here. We're going to take it and enhance it by making it go longer. Once we do that, we're going to touch the bottom and we are going to incline this towards the upside. So now when we look at this structure, guys, we have 1 touch, we have 2 touch, we have 3 touch, and now this is our 4th touch. That means, guess what? This is a check mark because this is valid. So if this is valid, what are we looking for? We're looking for prices to break out in order for us to be bullish. If we break out, this might be a strong move, of course, because Bitcoin, whenever it comes towards this level, when we look at historical data, let's take a look at this, guys, right here. When we look at historical data, each time prices broke above this structure, you can see kind of what kind of candles broke out. It was a big volume candle. So if it's a big volume candle all the time breaking out, typically, that means what? If prices do break this zone, we might not get a retest right away. It might just pump towards the upside, towards these levels. And if prices do pump towards these levels right away, what is going to happen for a lot of cryptos? It might just pump right away. But right now, even though we're looking for that bullish run, does not mean we're bullish. And technically, we're still in the channel. So that means, guess what, guys? We're still bearish for the short term being. So that means we still have to have ideas on what price can do for the short term before it breaks towards the upside. In order for us to have confirmation to break towards the upside, we need to see this level of $25,249 level broken. Once we break, we wait for that strategy, that breakout retest confirmation. Then we can finally take that trade towards the upside. This is going to be a beautiful, beautiful move, guys. The reasons why I'm saying this, if we take the length of this channel and it does break towards the upside, we can absolutely see prices smashing towards the upside, going towards major levels like this. Then guess what? We're going to finally see a pullback. Then finally, we're going to go towards the all-time highs. This is an idea for prices to slowly start towards the upside. But guys, keep in mind, in order for us to have this approach, we need to break this structure. And for the meantime, we are at resistance. So that means we are still looking to sell. Let's go to a lower time frame like the hour. And when we go towards the hour, I do see these patterns right here. We did have another channel broke towards the downside. And as you guys can see, there was a lot of profits that was taken. You could have extended it from there. And where did it exactly go? Towards that range to take your full take profits. The same thing here, we have an ascending triangle. Ascending triangle is a bullish idea because prices are pushing a little bit higher. The tops are equal, the bottoms are getting higher, but this is a push towards upside. In order for us to define to ourselves, hey, this is a strong move towards upside, and we need to see confirmation of this level getting broken around $25,195 roughish. Okay, guys, so if we do break that and we get a retest, then guess what? That's going to be the start of seeing momentum towards the upside. And now we're going to go to Omi and take a look at Omi because if Bitcoin is in the bearish move because we did not break above structure, and if Bitcoin does break towards the downside on this ascending triangle, what does that mean for Omi? We're going to look for bearish sell signals. Okay, so let's go into Omi and take a look right here. So when we're on Omi, take a look exactly what happened. We've seen prices going towards the upside. Beautiful, beautiful runs towards the upside. This is exactly what we wanted to see. We got into the trades roughly around 0.00093-ish. Beautiful trade. We took some profits right here and then we rebounded and got into another trade. A lot of people would look at this and say, hey, John, we didn't get a retest. Guys, we absolutely got a retest. When you look at the candles broke out right here, we did get a retest, and I want to show you guys how to do it. Go to a lower time frame. Go to maybe the 1 minute. Once you go into the 1 minute, go towards that exact zone and say to yourself, was there a breakout retest and a confirmation? Well, let's take a look at this, guys. So did we get a breakout? Yes, we did. So take a look. Prices broke out. We did retest that structure, and now we would have been in that trade. So a lot of people say, oh, now it makes sense. But this is exactly what I like to preach, guys. We want to make sure it's not quicksand. We want to step on it. We want to make sure that the strength of this zone is strong enough for us to take that trade towards the upside. When we look at the 30, it doesn't show that. But that's why you have to use your multi-time frame analysis. And if you don't use your multi-time frame analysis, this is the problem. You will lose a lot of trades or you will not get into a lot of trades. So one of the others will be playing an aspect if you do not know how to look for your retests of confirmation. So this is the price towards the upside. Take a look at this as well, guys. Let's go towards the 4 hour right here. When we look at the 4 hour, this is the push face from the bottom all the way towards the top side. So the same ideas that we're going right here, guys. The cool thing is when we first started this ascending channel, is that we had bigger retracements. We could see retracements towards the 78%. Now take a look at this one from the bottom right here all the way towards the top right here. We can see now we're retracing towards the 68, towards the 78 in the middle right here. Okay, guys. And now what are we going to expect? Well, if there is going to be a retracement, guys, it might only be a 50 because why? Every single time the retracement is getting higher and higher. The first time it came down really low towards the 78, and the second time it came down towards the 68 and the 78, so roughly in the middle. Now, what are we expecting? Maybe the 50 and the 61.8. And exactly that retest towards the downside, what does that pertain for us? Well, take a look. It comes towards a key major level that we have drawn out right here, guys. So that level does make sense. So we are expecting, guys, price to come back down. So what we want to see is Bitcoin breaking that ascending triangle towards the downside. Give us the avalanche move towards that downside, breakout retest, pull towards the downside. And if that does happen, what do you think Omi is most likely going to do? We are going to see a retracement. Prices cannot go up for a long period of time without pulling back. It's like a bow and arrow. In order for you to shoot even further in life or further in price, you need to pull that bow and arrow. The further you pull it back, the better opportunity that it's going to go even further. So what I'm expecting is price to pull back, and this is where the golden lock zone is going to be for a lot of buy orders. So if we do see prices coming back down here, so what we're going to do is sell off some of our Omis right here, and we're going to be buying it at the very bottom here. And now we're going to be going to the lower time frame to see if there's any other structures right here. So take a look at structures right here, guys. We have a symmetrical triangle. We're waiting for the breakout of the symmetrical triangle. If the symmetrical triangle does break towards the upside, we can see for a small time there is a bullish sign, maybe take some profits just at the top right here. And if prices do break towards the downside, we could load up on more Omi token. And this is what we want to see, guys. And we want to see confluence on Bitcoin, exactly what price is doing. If Bitcoin is breaking towards the upside, then most likely, guess what we're going to do here, guys? We're going to wait for the breakout retest and look to buy. But if Bitcoin is breaking towards the downside, then guess what? We do have a great confirmation that we can see lower price. And if we see lower price, this is the range that we're looking to buy. The reasons why, once again, that I want to see this price getting hit is just like a bow and arrow. We need that pullback. The first time prices went up, it came back down towards the 78. The second time it pulled back, it came towards the 60 to 78 in the middle. And the third time it pulls back, we want to see the 50 and the 61.8. The reasons why, it's creating momentum, and we want to see that momentum because that momentum is going to help us to dictate if price is going up or it's going to go towards the downside. So that is the idea right here. And what you need to take away from today's lesson is because the Fibonacci levels are going higher and we're seeing pullbacks get lower and lower, that means there's more buyers. In order for us to get buyers, we need to see that pullback towards a key level, then buy the price, okay? But when we go towards the Bitcoin chart, which we're going to do right here, we understand what, guys? We're still at a key level of resistance. So us buying right here is not a great idea. It is still bearish in order for us to break this zone. And if it does break this zone, then guess what? We're going to start up the engine and finally go towards the moon very slowly. But for the meantime, and we have to be realistic. And being realistic basically means we're at resistance. That means price is slowly going down. And if we're at resistance here and we're at resistance on Omi, what does that typically mean? That means price is most likely going to get a pullback. So if that's the case, then we're going to look for some sells. Then with that sells, we're going to look for the 50 and the 61.8, or roughly around the Omi token at a key level. Look for your trading method, look for your engulfing, look for your trading ideas. And we're going to go towards the all-time high in that swing on the Omi token. And if Bitcoin does break the upside here, we're not going to sell our Omi. We're going to hold that because why? The volume will bring us towards the upside. That means we're going to get a huge move, and I can't wait to see how this plays out. Remember, guys, it's not financial advice, it's just my advice and how I look at the charts. And if you guys do like this video, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Other than that, thank you so much. Take it easy, and John out. Peace.